Hello and welcome back. They have the view.
We have the vision.
I'm Gardner.
Alveda King.
You know, Alveda, let's talk a little bit about how we came up with this idea. Actually, it was your idea.
Well,
talk about that.
I look at a lot of television, movies, film. It's just something that I do. And I was off at a gym and I was working on a treadmill and I was looking at the view. And I said, wait a minute. They may have the view, but we have the vision. I couldn't wait to get to my phone. Day, we have the vision. And without a vision, the people perish. And the stuff they're talking about is killing people. And so that's really how it started.
You know, for all those people out there who watch that other program, I'm not going to say it, we've said it enough, but that other program out there is that we've been seeing that these, all the media, what we see on television is very, very liberal.
Yeah.
And I can't find, it's very hard to find a program that speaks to me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are some church or gospel hours or gospel programs on TV, but other than that, as far as everyday, in your everyday life, it's very hard to find a program or people who represent what I believe in.
Exactly. What you believe, what I believe, what we as women believe, as mothers, you know, professional women, women who are busy. We do all kinds of things, especially women who talk to young adults and children who say, well, show us how to do it. If what we're doing is wrong, show us what's right. And so I began to know, and a good friend of ours, and he has said it aptly, it's good to have a point of view, but you must have a vision. And so doing this and bringing interesting topics, nutrition, how to take care of your body, music. You'll see a lot of music on the vision.
Yeah, we like music.
From young people, mature people, you know.
I don't know, we might get out there.
Hey, we could do that. We could do that. And then, you know, from every ethnic group, because you'll hear that when we deal with the issue of race on this show, for instance, there's one race, human.
Exactly.
God made us out of one blood, human. And so you're going to see every ethnic group, every age group, and many interesting topics.
So I'm really looking forward to it. You know, we were sitting here talking during the break just before the program started, and I know that I travel around and you travel around. We speak to a lot of people, a lot of different groups. I really enjoy talking to younger people because it seems that for the most part, a lot of them get it. They get exactly what we are, what we're about, what we're trying to do. We're both pro-life, very strongly pro-life, and we're activists in that area, in that arena. But a lot of these young kids are realizing that having a baby is not necessarily I mean, it's not a bad thing. You know, we can do this. You can do it. And I think it's really sad that we still have a lot of our families, our parents are not teaching their children those things. They're finding out a lot by themselves. There are very few, I think in this day and age, very few homes that are really nurturing their children from the very beginning and saying that from your body is valuable and precious in God's eyes, and not to just throw it away, and not to just throw away your everything that you are for one quick night.
Exactly, and we say that to young women and young men, because people will say, oh, you always tell the girls not to have sex. Well, somebody needs to tell the boys not to have sex, because, I mean, it takes two of them when they're doing it and all of this. But when we begin to talk to them about the purpose, about the promise of the Lord for us to be strong and healthy for generations to come. And then you say to a young person, I do it like this day when I go to the high schools and middle schools, and so I said, how many of you ever had anybody, your teacher, your parents, your mom, dad, grandparents, a friend, say Christmas is coming, be nice and act really nice and be good and you'll get something for Christmas? So they all say, yeah. I say, did you wait for Christmas? Did you try to be nice? Oh, yeah. Did anybody ever tell you that for your birthday? Oh, yeah. Did any parent of yours, a grandparent, a teacher, a mentor, say, graduate from high school with a good grade, and not only can you get a scholarship, but maybe I'll help you get your first car?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So did you wait, study, do your homework, act nice, and get good grades? Oh, yeah. And then I say, well, honey, let me say this to you. Has anybody ever said to you, marriage is wonderful. Sex within marriage is great, it's fantastic. And you'll have love and marriage and the promise, and things will be good. So just wait. I say, now you could wait for the birthday, you could wait for the car, you could wait for graduation.
That is a wonderful way to put it.
So don't tell me you can't wait.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't say never, just wait.
Yeah. You know, I think that that's really interesting. I was just speaking at Anacostia High School in Washington, D.C., and I thought it was a wonderful experience, There were maybe about 30 kids there, I guess, and they were all high school age, of course. And the thing that really I found very, very troubling is when the subject of, I was there to speak pro-life, and of course there was somebody there representing the other side. Of course, otherwise a public school probably wouldn't have had me, but I felt very blessed that God opened that door.
Yeah.
And kind of went. And to hear these young people say that they have no idea. You know, you hear the term abortion all the time.
Exactly.
Most of them have no idea what it is.
That's right.
What it looks like.
That's right.
You know, and it's something so horrible, so ugly, the other side doesn't want you to know.
Yeah.
And
they'll
if it's
say
that bad, and if it's that ugly, how can they say it's okay to do?
And it's
to
not.
any human being.
And you know, they say it doesn't hurt as bad as getting a tooth pulled. It hurts worse, and the results last a lot longer. And they're not telling the children the truth. And believe it or not, young men regret the loss of the babies, just like young women do. Because, you know, that DNA it's half from mom and half from dad. 46 chromosomes, 23 and 23. And so dad is feeling something, mama's feeling something, baby's definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
And it's not being taught, and I think that's, we can change that, though.
Yeah. But how, now, for you to say that, the way that you explained abstinence and waiting until marriage is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I have to tell you that right now. And
Thank you.
I've known you for a long time, and I've never heard it put that way. And of course, I have to tell you, I think I'm going to use it.
And the children do that, and they just say, oh, yeah, I can wait. I say, because I didn't say never. I just said, wait a little while.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what
And
they
they
need.
like that when you tell them that. They do.
What about, I think this is the other thing. There's so many things that I'm so glad my son is 31 years old. I'm not raising small children today because what they see on television, what's out there on the radio, what they see in schools walking up and down the streets and in their communities, there's so much out there. I think, and the really sad thing is that there are very few homes in these days that are two-parent homes.
Yeah.
A lot of times mothers and fathers, if they are together, both of them have to get out there and work. And there are many of them, if they're, you know, in a single-parent home, they're basically raising themselves.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit more about that, but first we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. Dr. Alveda King and Day Gardner. Remember, this is The Vision. Stay tuned.
I found out I'm pregnant.
I really felt pressured. I didn't think I could afford this.
Felt scared, confused.
If you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, you don't have to feel alone. We can help. Call or go online today to find a nearby women's center who can help you confidentially and for free. If you think you're pregnant, discover your best options. Call or go online now.
Hello and welcome back. This is The Vision. I'm Day Gardner.
And I'm Alveda King.
You know, before we left for a break, we were talking about single-parent homes, single-parent families. You know, what do you tell people, or young people especially, if they're raising themselves?
Well, actually, and I see this a lot with children, and I try to talk to the parents as well. And I said, get someone to mentor you. And parents, please, mom, dad, if you're in a single situation, still try to spend time with your children. As you know, you're married and I'm divorced. And but I make sure that my children spend time with their father as well. And we look at movies together. We talk about issues together. We eat real meals on real plates together all during the week.
Wow.
And so doing those kinds of things and talking about issues, reading the Bible, and praying, that's very important.
Yeah, I think I think it's interesting because when we were kids, when I was a kid growing up in my household, I'm one of 7 children.
Wow.
But sitting around a table, dinner time was it. You know, you sat around at dinner time and told what went on the whole day right then and there at dinner, and kids don't do that today.
They do not, and that's why
They're having
even
McDonald's and things on the run, food on the run.
And so, you know, even in our food nutrition segment, we talk about things and doing fast things that mom can do or parents can do with children.
Yeah.
And just those times to talk, read, pray, listen to a new song together, and just talk.
That's great. Speaking of a new song, you have a new song.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
I do, and I call this my Soup to Nuts music project. I wrote a lot of the original songs on it,
Wow.
Latter Rain Project, and one of the songs on there is about a little girl, and you see her putting away her dolls, and preparing to get married, and you see her husband-to-be. He's sitting there playing a chess game, but he's getting ready to nurture his wife in this marriage. And so that's what our children need to look forward to.
Definitely. And without further ado, here's Alveda King, Latter Rain.
It's time you learn to love me, little girl. Time for us to grow up in this world. It's the only time that we may ever know. So, little girl, forget your childish fantasies and reach out. Oh, God is here to guide us through, to live a life of joy and peace and love so true. I know sometimes life scares you, but guess what? Sometimes I'm scared too. Yeah, but the dreams of love and laughter chase my fears away. Oh, little, 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 little girl. It's time you learn to love me, little girl. Time for us to grow up, so let's live and share the laughter and the joy of growing old together now. Little girl, little girl.
When I found out I was pregnant, I thought I would lose my job.
My boyfriend told me to choose between him and the baby.
I worried about staying in school.
I was already struggling to care for one child.
My parents told me I wasn't ready to be a mom, so I had an abortion. I had physical problems afterwards.
I went from relationship to relationship.
I hated myself.
I started to have nightmares.
I cried when I saw a pregnant woman. I tried to commit suicide.
Couldn't bond with the child I later had.
I tried to numb my pain with alcohol.
I struggled with depression.
I had trouble conceiving again.
You see, abortion didn't solve our problems.
It just created different ones.
Each of us thought we were the only ones struggling afterward.
Now we realize many women regret their choice.
That's why we are silent no more.
We found help and healing, and you can too. Call or go online today.
Well, they have the view.
And we have the vision.
And we have a vision for nutrition, taking care of the temple.
Amen.
And God gave us these bodies, we have to take care of them. I travel a lot, and I noticed that I was picking up a lot of weight, so I began to really look for tips, and we'll be sharing some of these kinds of tips with you as you follow this vision. And today, I learned this from my daughter and her husband. They're new parents. They have a new little baby, a little girl, and they do protein shakes. And then my younger daughter started doing these protein shakes, and they're looking trim and they're looking good. So I just thought we'd just whip up a protein shake today, and I think we're real busy, so what could be better than strawberries and peaches and bananas and organic milk? Your own brand. Find your own brand of protein shake. the fruit of choice. And
Now, what's really good about this is that this fruit you purchased, you just bought it already cut
it's
up.
already cut up. And
So moms who don't have a lot of time, they don't have to go home and try to cut up.
exactly, and it's already ready. It's very healthy, and kids love it too. It feels like a milkshake. That's about 8 ounces, I'm guessing. And then it's frozen, it's cold, and I had some protein powders right here. And you can go to any health food store or a nutritional store. This is vanilla. Sometimes I do chocolate and strawberries. Oh, man. So, I mean, there are just so many flavors. So I encourage you, and this is 1 scoop. It's been pre-measured. And this is kind of like a little bullet thing. And they have them in various brands, so you just choose what you like to work with. When I'm on the road and can't take a blender, I've got a shaker. So all of that works. Okay. We got it. I think that doesn't really already look good. It's just like a blender. A blender and protein powder. And you'll enjoy it. The vision.
Yeah. Now pour us some so we can
try. Let's do this. Let's do this. After all this work. Okay, come on.
You work so hard, my goodness.
Okay.
See the fruit of your labor.
Let's enjoy. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Cheers to you.
To you too. And to the vision.
Amen.
Amen. Isn't it good?
It is good.
I tell you. All right. Enjoy. Many blessings.
She's sucking her thumb. She's so beautiful.
That's our son.
She's got my nose.
With new advances in medical technology, we now have a window to the womb that reveals your unborn baby who looks a lot like you just weeks after conception. Now we know an unborn baby is a human life. See what we've been missing.
Well, that went really fast. That's all we have time for. We have to go. Until next time, I'm Day Gardner.
And I'm Alveda King.
Remember, Alveda, they have the view.
We have the vision. Many blessings.